Basia, Bonkowski is having a look at Australian Crawl. You know what they were like when they were young?
I have no idea, but I've got this sneaking feeling that we might find out.
We will indeed.
Right now, on Good Morning Australia, it's time for Ron Wilson with the National News. Well, good morning to you, Ronnie.
Kerry Ann, good morning. The National Guard has been called out in parts of the southern United States.
This is Good Morning Australia, and this is Basia.
Thanks very much, Tony. Well, this morning we conclude our series on kids and concerts and speak to members of Australian Crawl. Well, now we're going to talk about the people that are at the source of all this concert chat. After the Australian Crawl concert, I went backstage and spoke to the band. I started by asking them if they ever had any problems with their parents when they wanted to go out.
Yeah. We used to sneak out. I used to sneak out anyway. I didn't.
You never snuck out?
No, my parents were really liberal.
You did? You did not?
We used to go out,
really?
Because Brad, Simon and I used to know each other when we were like 14. We used to go out and we used to take it in turns to steal our parents' cars.
Oh, that's a slight exaggeration.
We never stole your parents' car.
We used to steal Brad's parents' car and he ran into my parents' fence.
Brad's parents were a little bit more open-minded, so if we got caught, we probably wouldn't be in as much trouble.
So Brad's parents used to drive you to the concert and pick you up?
No, we used to
steal a car and drive to the concert. Except when we smashed it, that was really embarrassing.
He smashed twice. My parents' fence.
Do you ever worry about kids coming to your concert, you know, if you're playing out in the country, is that they're all getting into a car, drinking a lot, maybe having an accident after the concert, or do you ever get worried about that?
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, you do sometimes worry about it. We have had, there was an occasion once a couple of years ago when we heard after a concert that some people had been killed in some car smash driving back from the concert, not driving to it. And you do feel kind of, I suppose not responsible, but you're indirectly kind of affected by it. But I think it's, yeah, at the same time as sort of worrying about it, saying, well, you shouldn't drink and drive, which obviously you shouldn't, but I think it's one of those things where, you know, the fact that you are, you're not encouraging them, but I mean encouraging kids, if they do go and kind of sneak out and stuff, at least they're kind of becoming their own people, at least they're trying to sort of work things out for themselves, and I think that's a good thing. There's not a lot you can do about it. I mean, you know, people will be people, you know, and you get to a concert, and one of the greatest things about a concert is that the fact that it is a release. And rather than going and beating up your neighbour, I mean, you can come to a concert and get into it and let out a lot of energy, let out a lot of frustration. So it can be a great medium like that. So in that sense, I mean, you sort of encourage people to go a bit. As long
when
as
we have kids and they're 13 and 14, I'm sure our attitude will be a little different.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll be protective and
We'll
really
be
worried
worse
about
fathers.
this.
Absolutely.